Operators are nothing but the symbols. And what kind of symbols? That is all the arithmetic symbols. Think that I have A. So how many operands? Only one operand. Along with if I have the operators, then it is called unary operator. Now I want to know the relationship between A and B. For that I required relational operator. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session on constants, variables and data types. I'm your Revati ma'am from the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. So dear student, before going to start my today's session, let me to revise the topic what I have discussed in my previous session of this unit. I started with how to declare a variable. What are the rules I need to follow while declaring variables? Along with that, how to assign the value. That means after declaring variables, how I can able to assign the value, and I have discussed assignment statements along with how to read. Read in the sense what? How to retrieve the data or how to access the input from the keyboard. These are the certain topic I have discussed in my last session of this unit. But in my today's session, I'm going to deal with arithmetic expression. In that, I'm going to deal with relational operators, logical operators, assignment operators, increment and decrement operators, conditional operators, bitwise operator and special operators. In the sense, in my today's session especially, I'm going to concentrate on operators. So what is operator? Why I want operator? Now, operators are nothing but the symbols. And what kind of symbols? Is it plus symbol? Is it minus symbol? Or is it star? So here, all these symbols are coined as operator. Now, operators are nothing but the symbols. And what kind of symbols? That is all the arithmetic symbols or the operators. And it informs the computer that what operation must be carried out. For example, if I have A plus B, that is nothing but 10 plus 20. Now, this operator, that is nothing but plus operator, informs the compiler to perform addition operation. So, what is an operator? An operator is a symbol that tells the computer to perform certain mathematical as well as logical manipulation. Now, operators are used in the programmer to manipulate the data as well as variables. So, if I have A plus B, so here these are the variables. And if I want to manipulate the data, see, I have values 10 and 20. And if I want to add these values, I required operator. So, operators are used in programmer to manipulate data and variables, and they are responsible for performing mathematical operations as well as logical operations. Now, if I consider operators, operators are classified into three types. One is binary operator, another one is unary operator, and another one is ternary. So, what is unary? Okay, what is unary? Unary in the sense what? Only one operand. Think that I have A. So, how many operands? Only one operand. Along with if I have the operators, then it is called unary operator. Then I have A plus plus, A minus minus, or plus A or minus A. These are the nothing but unary operators. Now, this plus A, this is nothing but the pre-increment, and if I consider A plus plus, this is nothing but the post-increment. And another type of operators are nothing but the binary operator. So what is binary? What's the meaning of binary? Binary in the sense 2. I can have only 2. So if I consider binary operator, then I'm going to have 2 operand. How many operand? 2 operand. Say A and B. And between, if I place plus, then this is example for your binary operator. So how many operands? 2 operands. Now, if I consider binary operator includes arithmetic operators, logical operator, relational operator, assignment operator, etc. So, if I consider arithmetic operator, this is example for binary operator. And what is arithmetic operator? Arithmetic in the sense what? I want to perform all simple arithmetic operation. Then what are the symbol I required here? That is nothing but plus, minus, then multiplication, division and modulo. Now, if I want to add any number, I required how many numbers? 2 numbers. To subtract, once again I require 2. To multiply, I require 2 numbers. To divide, I require 2 numbers. To find the modulo or mode, I want 2 numbers. So here Java provides all the basic arithmetic operators. What are the basic arithmetic operators? I can have, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division as well as modulo. So dear student, moving further, I'm going to have the second type of operator, that is relational operator. So what is relational operator? Why I want relational operator? Relationship in the sense what? I want to know the relationship between 2 variables. For example, think that I have 2 variables A and B. Now A is 10 and B is 20. Now I want to know the relationship between these 2 values or 2 variables. I required relational operators. Now think that I have 20 and I have 10. Now I want to write the relationship. So here 20 is greater than 10. Another situation, I have 10 and I have 20. Now 10 is less than 20. Now think another scenario, I have 20 and I have 20. So here both are equal. Now if I want to check 10 not equal to 20. So this is another scenario. Now if I consider relational operators, then I can have here as less than or equal to, greater than or equal to and not equal to. Now I'm going to have another type of operator, that is assignment operator. Now the question arises, what is the need of assignment operator? In all the time, we cannot able to read the input from the keyboard. There are certain time I want to use constant value. Now, if I consider pi, it is 3.14 and 12. Each time I cannot able to read pi value. Now, I want to assign and I want to make this one constant. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to assign 3.1412 to this pi. So what is pi here? Pi is nothing but variable. The most common assignment operator is equal. That means whenever I'm going to encounter equal sign, then I'm going to assign something. This operator assigns the values on the right side to the left side. See here, this is my right side. And I'm going to assign this value to left side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign right side value to left side. See, I have the syntax. First, I want to write the data type. For example, if I consider this one, it is float. Then I want to specify the variable name. See, what is my variable name here? That's nothing but the pi. And I'm going to assign the value 3.1412. Now this is the example program. So I'm going to assign phi to where. Now this is also another way to assign the values. Now, dear student, I'm going to have the increment and decrement operator. So this increment and decrement operators are the example for unary operator. Unary in the sense what? Only one operand. See here, if I consider this example, how many operands I'm having? Only one operand. That is M, and here also it is M. So, Java always two very useful operators not generally found in other language. These are increment and decrement operator. That means Java supports some increment as well as decrement operators. And what kind of increment and decrement operators? That is nothing but pre-increment and post-increment. If I consider this one, that is plus pre-increment, minus pre-decrement, m plus is nothing but the post-increment, m minus this is nothing but the post-decrement. What's the meaning of m plus? That's nothing but m equal to m plus 1. Okay, see here. This operator plus adds 1 to the operand. And minus is nothing but the subtract. That means I'm going to subtract 1 from the operand. Increment in the sense what? I'm going to add 1 to the operand. And what about decrement? I'm going to subtract 1 from the operand. Now, dear student, I'm going to have the another kind of binary operator, that is bitwise operator. This bitwise operator plays very important role in our daily life. There are certain time I want to shift certain bit to right and certain bit to left. And we are familiar with right shift as well as left shift. To perform all these kinds of shifting, I require bitwise operator. So, a bitwise operator works on the bits. If I write, okay, this is right shift 2 bits. That means I'm going to shift the bit towards right 2 bit. And if I write like this, then I'm going to shift the bit towards left. So, a bitwise operator works on bit and performs bit by bit operation. That means I'm going to shift the bitwise bit. And here I have specified 2 bit in the sense what? I'm going to shift 2 bits towards right. And if I consider this one, I'm going to shift 2 bit towards left. So, bitwise operators are used in bit level programming. This is bitwise AND. Suppose if I want to perform bitwise AND operator, then I'm going to have AND. So this is same as your logical AND. And if I write the truth table of AND gate or logical AND, A into B. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. And when I get the one that is high output only when I have both input that is high. Remaining all are 0. So here bitwise AND works similar to logical AND. Even if I consider bitwise OR, it's going to work similar to logical OR. Even if I consider bitwise exclusive OR, so it's also similar to logical exclusive OR. Then I will have the shift left and I have the shift right. Along with that, I'm going to have the complements. So that's nothing but invert. In the sense, when I have 0, then I'm going to get the output 1. And when I have 1, and I'm going to get the complement 0. So all these kind of operation to perform, I required bitwise operator. Then I have the special operator. There are certain time I want special operator. And which special operator I'm having in my Java program, that is nothing but the dot operator. So the instance of an object reference operator and return true if the object on the left hand side is an instance of the class given on the right hand side. That means if I have the instance of an object, that means I have created the object and object reference operator, and which is going to return true if both the side, if I have objects. So see here, I have this syntax. First, what I required here, I required the class name and I have data member. For example, think that I created the class called A. Now, in this, I have the data member called int A and I have some code. Okay, now I'm going to create the object of the class A, small letter A equal to new A. Now, if I want to access this data member, then with the help of object, or according to this example, with the help of class name. So what is my class name? That is A dot, what is the data I have? A1, with the help of A1. So class name dot data member. So here A1 is nothing but the data member and I am going to use the class name dot A1. So the dot operator is used to access the instance variable and methods of class object. That means, see here, I have the data member called A1. I think that I have the method called read. Now, I want to access both the data member as well as method. How can I? First, I want to create the object with the help of object.a1. Okay, I'm going to access or a.read method. Okay, this is the way I'm going to call the, or I'm going to use the data member as well as methods in my program. So here, person1 dot age. So person1 in the sense what? It's nothing but the object name, or in certain time I can directly use class name. Okay, dot, I want to specify the data member name. Anyway, dear student, in my today's session, I started with what is operator. So operators are nothing but the symbols and used to perform some logical as well as mathematical operations. Now, if I consider operators, there are two types of operator. that is binary and unary. Along with that, we are going to have the ternary operator. Then what is binary operator? Binary in the sense 2. So I'm going to have 2 operand. Then what is unary operator? I'm going to have only 1 operand. Now, in my next session, I'm going to start with the introduction about decision making. Okay, in that I'm going to deal with what is if statement. In that I have simple if else statement, nested if statement, switch statement, as well as I have the ternary operator. There's nothing but question mark, colon. These are the certain topic I'm going to discuss in my next session. Anyway, dear student, from the examination point of view, this topic is very important. Anyway, let's meet in the next session with more information about decision making. Until that, keep watching and keep learning and keep smiling. Thank you.